Hello everyone. So today we are going to start quantum mechanics part 5. Today in your advanced engineering physics syllabus, I am Dr. S. Deepthi, assistant professor in physics, Department of H&S, MLR Institute of Technology. So what we are going to learn today? Bloch theorem and its significance. Okay. So what is Bloch theorem? So before going to Bloch theorem, let us once previously recall about the previous things. What we have learned till now, we have learned about Schrödinger's wave equations and their significance, wave function, its significance and all. So, what is the importance of Bloch's theorem? Bloch theorem means, this theorem particularly tells about what we can understand about the placement of electrons. Simply how the electrons are placed inside the atom. How the electrons are moving with respect to the, what we can say, with respect to the nucleus, right? So these are the things, these are the basic things that you know while it is an atom. And we are also explaining about what we can see in a crystal. Yes, we have already learned what is a crystal. A crystal is a regular repetition of a unit cell, right? So, today we are going to learn how the electron behaves in a crystal. This is given by Bloch. Okay, this theorem named after physicist Felix Bloch is a fundamental in solid state physics. Bloch theorem is a fundamental principle that describes the behavior of electrons in a crystalline solid. Yes, remember this one here, a crystalline solid with a periodic potential. So once again recall about the periodic potential. What is the periodic potential? The regular repetition of atoms will give the in a crystal there will be a regular repetition of atoms. What is a unit cell? The basic unit cell wherein we get the atoms are placed at a particular positions and these atoms are arranged and this regular repetition gives us the crystal lattice, right? So this is what we have learned in crystallography and we are now applying the quantum mechanical principles in order to gain the electronic structures, in order to gain how the electrons behave in a nucleus, in an atom and how they behave with respect to the crystal lattice. Okay, when the atoms come close together, they form into a crystal lattice and that crystal lattice will give us the same electronic behavior, right? So, right, it says that the wave function of an electron in such a periodic potential, remember this, just keep it in your mind, periodic potential can be expressed as a product of plane wave and a function that has same periodicity as the crystal lattice. Okay, so it is expressed as the Bloch theorem is expressed within a mathematical function as psi k of r is equals to e power I k of r u k of r. So what are these? Psi k of r is an electronic wave function. Wave function means the function wherein we can find the electron probability within a particular massive wave. This is the wave function. Okay, and where k is a wave vector and r is a position of the vector and uk is a periodic function within the lattice. Okay, na? So this is the Bloch theorem definition. Next, what we can see here, what we have observed here, see the diagram over here. What about this diagram here? So this diagram says it is a periodic potential. Potential means the potential energy, right? So keep that in mind also. So when there are a particular number of electrons in a crystal lattice, if they are supposed to stay in a particular crystal lattice means we know that the atoms exist in a particular places, right? So these are all the atoms that exist in a particular places and these have a particular lattice vector. So the distance between them is termed as A, right? Okay. So what happens here? A periodic potential satisfies V of x is equals to V of x plus A, where A is a lattice translation vector. This means that potential energy at any point in a crystal repeats itself after translation by a lattice spacing. Okay. So what happens here? In a crystal lattice, the atoms are going to transfer, move here and there, move here and there, and the movement means atomic movement means the electronic movement itself. Okay. So the atoms move from one position to another position in a crystal lattice, where we can find the potential energy in a crystal repeat itself. Potential energy means the energy possessed by the body by the virtue of its position. So the atom has stays in its particular position in a crystal lattice, and then after it repeats, it has a regular repetition after a lattice. It will always regularly repeat itself after translation. Okay, in a space, in a crystal lattice space. So in a solid, nuclei and core electrons create regions of high potential and lower potential between atoms, leading to a spatially repeating potential latticescape for the conduction electrons. So okay, so what happens here? We are talking about atoms, both atoms as well as electrons. When an atom moves, that means the electron here itself moves from one place to another place, creating the atom itself, movement of atom. Okay, so in a solid, if we consider a solid and where the solid has a number of electrons, suppose the solid has a number of electrons, right? So nuclei and core electrons, what happens here? Nuclei is like this. At the center there will be the nuclei, and we have so many electrons revolving in a particular orbitals. These are all the things we know. Okay, so these electrons, what happens? Core electrons create regions of high potential near atoms. That means these are going to attract by another atoms, and these are going to attract by the nucleus also. But to have the stability of atom, the electrons will be moving in a particular orbitals. These are all we know. And what happens here? Here in a solid, the nuclei and electrons create some regions of high potential and low potential between atoms. There will be a low potential between the atom to atom. There will be low potential for them, and there is a high potential where we can find high potential regions of high potential near atoms. Okay, so high potential can be find out near the atoms, and low potential can be found out in between the atoms. Here we can say in between means atomic transitions between the atoms, we can find the low potential. So leading to a spatial repetition potential landscape for conducting electrons. So when an electron moves from one atom to another atom, this the path that follows will be having the regular repetition. Okay, it possesses potential energy, and also it possesses kinetic energy during this movement. Okay, so because of the periodic potential, the electrons in a crystal cannot be described by simple free particle wave functions. Instead, their allowed energy states are plane waves modulated by psi of r is equals to ek of r e power ik r uk of r. Here psi k of r is a electron wave function, k is a wave vector, and uk of r is a periodic function with lattice. So this periodicity leads directly to the formation of energy bands, band gaps, fundamentally shaping the electrical and optical properties of solids. So this paves the way to measure the formation of energy band gaps and shaping of other electrical and optical properties also. So what is the significance of Bloch theorem? The Bloch theorem implies that the energy of an electron in a periodic potential can be represented by a set of energy bands, with each band corresponding to a specific range of values of a wave vector k. Okay, so remember this one also. This is specified by the wave vector k. These energy bands can be calculated using Schrodinger wave equation, and the allowed values of K are restricted by periodicity of crystalline lattice. Periodicity means regular repetition. The Bloch theorem is important because it allows the electronic structure of crystalline materials to be analyzed using relatively simple model, which provide insight into the wide range of physical and chemical properties. It is also used in development of electronic devices, Bloch wall, such as semiconductors, superconductors, which rely on the behavior of electrons in periodic potentials. Okay, so by just knowing what is Bloch theorem, just some theorem is there. So psi of r is a wave function, psi k of r is a wave function, and it is represented by e power exponential of I k r u k of r. It is a periodic function. U k of r is a periodic function. Okay, so what does this mean? What does this all mean? This all means that when so see the second diagram over here. What this second diagram tells? These are the atoms situated on a particular lattice planes, right? So these atoms 1, 2, 3, there are 8 atoms, right? What these 8 atoms depicts? These 8 atoms are placed in a particular crystal lattice where we can find u n k of x e power I k x like this. There is something, x is the position. So what happens here? There is a between these two atoms there is some space, and we can find the probability of existence. Okay, the electron movement also we can find from this diagram. The electrons moves with a regular repetition, and the movement of electrons will be telling us what they will be telling: repeating potential landscape for the conducting electrons. So how the conduction electrons will be coming? Whenever there are free electrons, means the outer electrons are there, they are going to what they are going to do? They are going to jump from one atom to another atom, and they will be moving. Some bond will be forming, or otherwise there are availability of free electrons will be there. So that can be depicted by using this figure. So here we are having, this is the waveform. Final waveform will be like this, wherein we can find out the existence of both potential as well as potential here. The potential is here, where we can find out right. We can find out the electrons movement also here. Okay, this is about the Bloch theorem and its significance also. So what does this plane waves and Bloch waves means? What there is a small difference between plane waves and Bloch waves. What does mean by plane waves? Roll in crystals. So the plane waves have e power IKR form. Okay. Now here this Bloch waves have this. This represents the plane waves. This represents the Bloch waves. So the form is e power IKR UK of R. It is a periodic repetition. The repetition will be there. The periodic potential will be there in between the atoms of a crystalline lattice, where we can find the existence of what we can say, the electron movement. Okay, electron movement can also be found. So the rolling crystals, free electron approximation only. Exact eigenstates in a periodic potential. Exact eigenstates can be found out in a periodic potential by using these Bloch waves. So account for lattice, there is no account for lattice, is incorporate the lattice periodicity. So Bloch waves incorporate the lattice periodicity. That means where we have learned in crystal structure that there is a regular repetition of atoms in a particular lattice. So this what we can say, this inculcates that one. Okay, inculcates that one, incorporates the lattice periodicity. Energy eigenstates, only absence of potentials. Energy eigens in the periodic potentials is there for a Bloch waves. Physical significance, idealized electron motion, describe quasi particles moving through the crystals. So whatever the moving particles are there through the crystals, it Bloch waves also describes about that one also. Now, appearance of band structure, absent in case of plane waves, and central concept underlying the band structures. This is the fundamental concept that underlies the band structures, band theory of solids, comes from the Bloch waves and these approximations. So, what you have learned till now, you have learned about Bloch waves and its significance. So, in the next video lecture, you are going to learn about Kronig-Benning model based on Bloch theorem. Thank you.